Karma just hit your enemies so hard. There is a strange justice in the world, a justice that does not scream, does not announce itself, but arrives quietly, like a shadow slipping through the night. The ancients never called it karma, but they understood its essence. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The wrongdoer does wrong to himself. He who commits injustice is unjust to himself. He is the worse for it." We do not need to strike back. We do not need to waste our lives poisoning our soul with vengeance. For those who choose malice, destruction is already sown into their very actions. The hand that throws the stone is also the hand that trembles. The tongue that lies is also the tongue that corrodes its own heart. When enemies rise against us, they believe they wound us. But time reveals the truth. Every deceitful act, every betrayal, every cruelty is a chain they wrap around their own neck. They become prisoners of their own spite, enslaved by the very venom they meant for others. Seneca once warned, "He who wrongs others does himself more harm." And this is the hidden law. The moment they choose hatred, they plant seeds that cannot bring peace, only decay. They may walk with pride, they may laugh in their arrogance, but sooner or later, their own spirit begins to collapse under the weight of their choices. And what of us? We must not beg for revenge. We must not corrupt our character in pursuit of retribution. Our task is to rise above, to practice self-control, to keep our reason sharp, and to let the universe deal its justice. For the universe, in its quiet and merciless way, always does. Remember, true strength is not in answering insult with insult, nor fire with fire. True strength is in silence, in watching with steady eyes as those who sought to harm us destroy themselves. As Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, the best revenge is not to be like your enemy, the slow burn of guilt and restlessness. The greatest punishment your enemies suffer is not always visible. It is the silent fire that consumes them from within. You see, every act of malice leaves a trace upon the soul. A man may deceive others, but he cannot escape himself. Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." And the one who chooses envy, betrayal, or cruelty is no master. He is a slave to his own corruption. At first, he may celebrate his deceit. He may feel triumphant, thinking his schemes have brought him power. But deep within, the mind begins its rebellion. Restlessness, sleepless nights, a gnawing unease that no wealth, no laughter, no applause can silence. This is karma in its truest form, not thunder striking from the sky, but the slow erosion of the spirit. We, on the other hand, must not waste our lives trying to drag them into the light of justice. For justice is already inside them, burning like an invisible flame. As Seneca observed, "A guilty conscience never feels secure." That is the unavoidable destiny of those who choose hatred. They are never at peace, the collapse of false power. There is a strange irony in the world. Those who harm others believe they are building strength, when in reality they are building their own downfall. For every act of cruelty, every lie, every betrayal, these are not signs of power, but cracks in their own foundation. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, "What injures the hive injures the bee." And so it is with those who act against us. They are injuring themselves in ways they cannot yet perceive. Imagine a man who builds a grand house on rotten wood. From the outside, it may look mighty, but the structure is already doomed. So it is with those who use envy and malice as their tools. They are architects of their own collapse. And when the weight of time presses upon them, their false power cannot hold. This is the unseen justice of life. We do not need to lift a finger. They fall not because we desire their ruin, but because they could not master themselves. Their rage devours them, their lies entangle them, their arrogance blinds them. That is the law of existence. It is not we who destroy them, it is their own corruption that pulls them down. We must take this as a reminder. True power is not in crushing others, but in fortifying the self. For a man who rules his own mind cannot be toppled. And in this contrast lies the beauty of karma. While their false power collapses into dust, ours is built on the eternal strength of self-mastery. If this message spoke to you, stand with us, subscribe, join this journey, and let us walk the path of strength together.